Okay, so welcome back to Drum Session Lagos, our fourth edition of the year. So, yeah, we are so blessed to have our brothers in the house. We have Mr. Nifemi. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We have Chris Edet on my left. So, thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate, and those performances were really mind blowing. So so this is just a session where we just talk about um, life. We talk about uh, lifestyles of musicians and everything, everything lifestyle, everything music. So, Mr. Chris, thank you for coming. So let me ask. Uh, so for how long? How long have you been doing active singing professionally now?
Well, I'll say that's in the year 2014.
Okay,
Yeah.
2014. So how's the journey been?
Well, it has been quite challenging, but that's part of the story.
Okay, all right. So everything started 2014.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mr. Nifemi,
Yes, sir.
my drummer friend, welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, this man wanted to kill us today. Very small. So how did it all started? How did it start?
So everything started when I was 4 year old. I
Okay.
started playing drums when I was four.
Yeah, I started at 4.
Yeah.
So
So
I think that 4 is a significant number.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I started with clef, auto 7 clef and
Okay.
Agbamole variation actually. So I grew up in CAC kind of setting, like all this Orthodox church.
Yeah.
So that's where I started from. So from there we don't actually have drums.
Okay.
So we always leverage on the clef, using it to make sound, play all those beats and everything we hear outside. So there is one church behind my church, which
Yeah.
I grew up. So then I usually go there to watch them and what is this called?
Yeah.
That was the first time where I saw drums and
Okay.
get to know about drums, and I was like, okay, let me just walk up to these people and ask questions about how they do this thing and how they play it, the name of snare and everything like that. So it was a bros like that just took it up on himself to just help me, and it was like, okay, since you know how to you know about sound, like
Yeah.
my ears is very tuned, so he said, okay, you can easily get on this set as well. So then I was very, very short. So the challenges I had then was me being short and my leg couldn't.
Couldn't reach the pedal.
I couldn't reach the pedal.
I was
so,
there too.
So then
We had similar experiences.
he just advised that, okay, don't stop using chair because instead of you
So you
playing.
will stand and be playing.
So even with the fact that
But-
I'm standing self, people don't usually see me. You will just be like, who is the person
I'm
playing drums?
unavailable.
You will just be like, who is this person playing drums? And I was more like a ghost playing drums then. So everything happened, and from there, that was how it started.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So that's cool. We have similar experiences
yeah.
with I started playing 4 or 5, then of course there's no way my leg could reach the pedal, so I'll stand and play. So yeah, so back to Mr. Chris. So now you're married now, you have children now. Yes, and still playing music. You mentioned the fact that doing the kind of genre of music that you do, that it's been difficult. Like, can you cite an example of some of the challenges you had to face? I know one time you were at a Teju baby face show.
Yes.
Yeah, then And the first time I met you, and you just sounded so original, and I felt like what you had is very good, and I've been following up since then. We have done a couple of projects together and all that. So, how difficult is it for gospel musicians really? How difficult is it for gospel musicians to thrive or to make a living? Being a gospel singer. You know.
I think first and first, I feel the word difficult um, is is not. You can't really explain it. First and first, church folks,
Yeah.
don't support gospel music.
Right.
You find out is all the comedy shows and are being attended by Christians,
Yeah.
and they go there and they buy tickets.
Yeah.
But you find anything that has gospel tag on it, people just feel it should be free.
Yeah.
So I think that ideology must be eradicated out from our minds, because it's not easy for musicians to get instruments, to get your acoustic guitars, maintained. Those things are not free. When we go to musical instrument shops,
You pay for them.
you don't go there and speak in tongues, you know. You still find most pastors having issues with, payments, of musicians.
Honorariums then.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I stand to be corrected. You can never see a pastor that goes to a church to preach for free.
Mm.
Like in my church, I think they had a couple occasion, and there was a pastor that was, coming to those, educate us. They had to raise money for him, and I was asking myself, if now gospel artists now, they would say, why
The Lord will
everything
bless
should not be
you.
money.
Lord will bless you.
So that thing that makes church folks to feel money should be out from our
Outside of-
calendar. You need money to pay your tithes, to pay offerings. So
Yeah.
how do we pay tithes? How do we pay, how do we raise funds in church, as musicians? If you observe, a lot of keyboardists, they don't pay offering. Now this thing they cost. No.
Bro, stop,
If
bro.
they're okay, no. This is wrong session.
I'm with you. Yeah.
If they're okay,
Yeah.
you finally it's hard to find, instrumentalists living well,
Yeah.
living well, feeding well,
Yeah.
A lot of instrumentalists are really struggling.
Yeah.
It's nothing about gospel music now. You go online, you see pastors criticizing gospel artists, saying they're charging. How do you expect, a gospel minister, he can afford to come for your event for free? How about his,
The musicians.
Family.
I actually went for one event,
Yeah.
and because of this payment thing, I lost a whole full team because in their mind they felt, you go right this simply go sing. They don't pay you money now.
Yeah.
They couldn't understand.
And that's
They
very
had to use
challenging.
the money they paid me to cater for their feeding and the Uber.
Yeah.
Everything went on that. So I think we need to eradicate, because if we don't do something about it now, there's no future of gospel music.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for that. I think we're a work in progress. Personally, on my side, I've been trying to put in words for people, for musicians, friends, and all, to see how best we can, and because, we need money. We can never overemphasize how well we need money for what we do. I want to see musicians happy. I want to see them well paid.
Yeah.
I want to see them, prosper, and that's reasons why we're having these conversations. To just find a way to strike the balance between serving God and at the same time, you yourself getting blessed, either in kind or with stuffs and all that. So that was a very good point that you made.